Now I have this great new product service that, wait, don't skip. What's up guys, Jason here, aspiring entrepreneur, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the top 3 reasons YouTube ads kind of stink. So let's kick it off with reason number 3, and that is targeting. So if you've ever played with AdWords before, you know the inference can be quite confusing. And when it comes to YouTube ads, this is no exception, and it actually gets a little worse. Whereas Google is still trying to figure out how to give advertisers really the same amount of control they provide in other places on YouTube. So that means when you go into creating some ads for YouTube and then deciding where you're going to place your ads, are you going to target keywords? Are you going to target other channels, specific videos, interest groups or topics? It can get really, really mucky and confusing. And for me personally, and some larger, YouTube influencers that I've spoken with, they've actually found that targeting keywords hasn't worked at all. I mean, I've set up campaigns where I target very specific keywords and broad keywords as well, and I get 0 views on those keywords for whatever reason. Even though when you go into, analytics and you look at search traffic, there's definitely people typing those keywords in, but for whatever reason, my ad just gets 0 views when it shows up. And I know the ad's working because it shows up for other targeting methods, and I'll get to that mucky mess in a second. So that's reason number 3. Now number 2 ties into number 1, and that is the AdWords inference. It's a mess, guys. I mean, it really is a mess. You're going to spend several days trying to figure it out, and even though it only takes 5 or 6, $2.50 to $5 a day to test, you're going to wind up wasting quite a bit of money simply because of the steep learning curve of figuring out where things are and getting the targeting correctly. It's just an absolute nightmare. Even as someone who's been using the AdWords inference for years, when it comes to YouTube, they kind of just slapped YouTube in there and it doesn't really connect very well. It's more like this rather than a seamless integration. So that's number 2. And then number 1, nobody likes pre-roll ads. They just don't. I mean, there's a lot of data to say that they work. However, if you're working on building a brand or growing an actual channel, you have to think about where you place your stuff. Do you want to be seen as the guy or gal who's interrupting other videos to say, look at me, look at me, look at me, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me? And so there's 2 ways to look at this or combat this. Number 1, you say, you know what, I don't think it's a big deal. Everybody does it in my niche, so it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to tick too many people off, so whatever. And then number 2 is, well, I don't really know yet, so maybe I'll provide value. And so there's one way you can deal with that. But at the end of the day, remember, when you're advertising in that fashion, you are interrupting something that your viewer wanted to do. They were actively trying to look at something else, and you jumped in front of them and said, hey, look at me. Hey, I've got this great thing that I think you should see, which is part of the reason why I'm such a big fan of discovery ads, which are the ads that show up on top of the related. So you can target videos that are similar to the video that you've created, and then you can gather traffic by having someone actively click on your ad or your video. So you're essentially paying to show up in the related videos, which is where the majority of YouTube traffic comes from anyway. And that way you're getting the same benefits of staying in front of people, but you're not necessarily jumping in front of content they actually want to watch and saying, look at me, look at me. Of course, I always suggest that you test, right? I've tested both, and I've seen mixed results with both, so only you can figure it out. But those are just my top 3 reasons why YouTube ads might not be the best avenue for growing your channel or promoting your products and services. So what do you think about those top 3 reasons? Let me know in the comments below after you hit that like button, because if you made it this far, hit that like button to let me know you enjoyed it. And then comment below with if you've tried YouTube ads or what's holding you back from trying YouTube ads. Get a great discussion going. I reply to every single comment and question. So if you have any questions about YouTube ads, leave those below. And then make sure once you do to subscribe, because over on my YouTube channel, I'm going from A to Z and everything in between on building an online business from scratch and growing an audience. So if you liked the marketing and business building tactics and insights from this video, you're definitely going to enjoy the channel. So I encourage you to come join myself and fellow aspiring entrepreneurs as we all build our businesses together. So until the next video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and keep building the business you love. Take care.